This is probably not the smartest idea, being that this is my first time on a BMX bike in 8 years, but whatever. See you guys. First bus leaves at 11 a.m. Last bus leaves, oh God, it's 7 p.m. With higher water levels, the larval hatch is supposed to be larger than in recent years. Mountain View High School is the evacuation zone for this fire. It's very cold and very wet outside. But that's not stopping people from spectating or even partaking in the annual Holiday Lights Paddle Parade. 2 voters were just denied being able to vote because they missed that 8 o'clock deadline. Bend Police and the Humane Society of Central Oregon get hundreds of calls every summer regarding dogs and cars. All right, Darrell, I was kind of confused by the weather today. I think the weather was confused itself. It was snowing, and then it was raining, and then it was clear, and then it was snowing and raining again. The last live rescue in Kerr County was made on Friday. Search and rescue teams are looking for any signs of hope as they work their way along the Guadalupe River. This is the video that has been widely shared on social media in Central Oregon. We again want to warn you that this may be upsetting. John Richardson wearing that orange flannel shirt, picking up his dog before beating it with a shovel.
I was just trying to discipline the dog, and he bit me. He's got little razor teeth.
That is Richardson speaking to me, explaining his reasoning. Video of the incident drew strong criticism from the community and has been viewed tens of thousands of times. This is the puppy in that video, a 5-month-old dachshund named Hooch.
He's the one I hit with a shovel, and I tapped him twice to try to get his attention. I'm thinking that people are, they just jump to conclusions. They never try to find anything out. They assume something is a certain way because they saw something, and what they saw wasn't really what happened at all.
You say people are overreacting. Is there a chance that you may have overreacted?
Well, I did for the moment, but, you know, I didn't hurt the dog.
Deschutes County Sheriff's Office announced it launched an investigation into Richardson on Tuesday. Are you concerned about any charges that might come down?
No, let them come. And then, you know, I'll just get a lawyer, and we'll see him in court, and it's going to cost him a bunch of money.
That just may be a possibility, because less than an hour after our interview, Richardson was arrested at the Lapine Post Office. I was there as he was put in handcuffs.
Today, Mr. Richardson was arrested for aggravated animal abuse and animal abuse in the 2nd degree. Aggravated animal abuse being a felony, I mean, over a year in jail or prison, and then a misdemeanor of animal abuse in the 2nd degree up to a year in jail.
Before he was arrested, Richardson said this was his first time he has hit his dog with a shovel and would be the last. Brand new eyewitness videos capture the moments leading up to the fatal officer-involved shooting that killed Alan Dale Warner Jr. This video shows a sheriff's deputy dropping what appears to be a firearm on the ground before stepping back. Warner picks up the item and points it at law enforcement. Eyewitness Sarah Clay gave us these new videos.
The cops set it down and backed up. If they were trying to switch guns and switch their protective stuff, I don't know why they didn't set it behind them or put it back on their person, but they set it down, backed up, allowed the guy to pick it up, and then charged him again.
You'll notice the item dropped has orange coloring. In another video shared with us by another witness, you can see a deputy walk into frame with what appears to be the same object. It's unclear what the item is, including if it was a deadly or non-lethal weapon. We showed the videos to Acting District Attorney Stephen LaRich, who hadn't seen it yet. He also couldn't confirm what the item was, but says it didn't have an impact because Warner dropped it before the deadly shooting.
I think that didn't have any role in ultimately what happened. The deceased picked it up but then dropped it, so it wasn't part of any kind of calculation of use of force. And I believe at that point it was no longer armed or loaded, but I'm guessing on that. I don't know.
LaRich says it's likely the deputy dropped that object so he could transition to another weapon. Clay says she was closing up Central Oregon Cup and Cake when the scene unfolded. She says police used tasers at least 3 times with little to no success. Here's how Clay describes the moments before the deadly gunfire.
And then he backed away from the car, went around it the rest of the way, and then charged at the 2 cops that were behind the car. And then he was in the air, jumping. 2 pops went off, and you could see the dust off his body, and he just fell. and then he looked up and then just crashed back down.
This video shows the moments she's referring to. We are freezing the recording here as this is when he is fatally shot.
I mean, looking back, looking out from an outsider, like, yeah, I could say, hey, we could have totally done that differently, but I don't know what the cops were dealing with, what the whole situation was, if he had more on him or not. But from what I saw, it could have probably been dealt with better.
What is still unclear is what this black item is in Warner's hand before he's shot. LaRich did not confirm if Warner was armed or not. Take a ride in Bill and Susan Worden's 1929 Ford Model A.
We can leave the keys in it because nobody's going to be able to start it, much less drive it. No power steering, no power brakes, manual transmission, and this actually has an overdrive, but in order for it to go a little faster.
The Wardens have been on the road for a month, traveling across the country on Highway 20 in a vehicle that predates the Great Depression.
The car is about as aerodynamic as an outhouse.
It's the longest highway in the country, spanning 3,365 miles. The Wardens tacking on a few hundred miles on top of that, starting in Milton, New Hampshire, then driving down to Boston before getting on to Highway 20.
What made me say yes is he promised that if I at any point during the journey decided I was done, he would find the nearest airport and send me home.
We actually had a betting board of how long was Susan going to make it, in miles or days. And personally, I thought she'd make it halfway, but obviously she's in all the way.
The Wardens receiving a lot of attention across the entire country.
They notice our license plates. Did you drive it all the way here from Oregon? And that happened all the way across the country. We've had them hanging out the window taking pictures. And unfortunately, we've even had people driving down the road, the driver's holding his cell phone out the window.
Even with thousands of miles in the rear view, the Wardens can reflect on just how small the world actually is.
We were in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we left the car outside the hotel in the parking lot. And a lady from Portland saw the car, took pictures of it, sent it to a friend of hers in Bend and said, this thing has Oregon license plates. Do you know who owns it? And the guy she sent it to happened to be a personal friend of ours.
The Wardens have roughly 200 miles on their adventure to Newport, where they will finish their journey on Thursday.